So it's been another beautiful day here in Albion. Just gorgeous sunshine all day, and really, I would quite like to go for a walk, but I'm really pretty tired right now. Um, Having slept very little and already had a short walk today. I had a very long walk the day before, and my vigor is just increasing from day to day. I can feel it, and it's a tremendous experience. Although I've been unwell, and I do think that's a kind of a detox process getting into this diet. And I was chatting to somebody yesterday about have you tried carnivore? I can't help telling people that once I realise that they're kind of unplugged. It's the wrong thing to do probably, but it's just that I'm enthusiastic about it. And the person was saying it seemed from what was said that this would have been certainly a vegetarian, possibly a vegan even, probably a vegetarian mainly. She sort of expressed, distaste at the fact of killing animals and eating them. And I started thinking about this matter a bit more deeply. That this person had two dogs, and I think that's relevant. Um, the problem is that when we form relationships with animals, and this has been encouraged really through the whole conceit of pet ownership, and that is a conceit. This was a just for the la-di-da people, the the ladies in particular back in the day. Really, I mean, I'm not criticizing other people because I've had pets myself. I understand where it comes from, and I know that they can be, um, you know, nice to be around animals. But the problem is that if we imbue them with reasoning, because we project our own ideas onto them, we interpret their instinctual behaviors as the product of reason. We don't understand that they cannot reason. In fact, many people will even dispute this. Um, the witch that I used to chat to quite regularly was convinced that a snake had spoken to her, and she could relate what it said. She had a very strong conviction about these animal spirits that speak. And perhaps they do, I don't know, I mean, on that level. But, from a rational standpoint, we understand that animals are dumb beasts. And from a biblical standpoint also, their behaviors are instinctual. And we confuse them with emotional types of behaviors because we have empathy and we extend our emotional feelings to other living creatures. And so we're really confusing the nature of animals. An animal doesn't reason. It can't. I think the Bible speaks about the ox knoweth not that the axe will fall. They're dumb beasts, actually. And I think pet ownership has led to a confusion about this matter, and therefore it has. The minute you give personhood to an animal, of course, why should you kill them and eat them? Even though when you think it through to its logical conclusion, it makes no sense, because you then realize that you share this gate green and pleasant land with many types of animals of all shapes and sizes, and some of them live inside of you. You can't save them. They don't need to be saved. They are involved in the cycle of life, and they're feeding us. That's why we have flocks and herds. You can't have flocks and herds unless you kill them and eat them. It's just not a possibility. So a vegan once asked me if I hated animals, and really, if veganism were to be sort of very widespread, the herds and flocks would disappear from our fields and just be removed to zoos. And I think that would be a tremendously unhappy state. So that's just what I think about the vegan and vegetarian ideas, and which I have had also. This guilt at killing animals to eat them, rearing them to be slaughtered. Now, the meat processing industry is, it has become a huge industrial complex, and perhaps it could be done more humanely, I think. When I lived up in the mountains, the local slaughterhouse was small, you see, so there would only be a few head of steer in on a daily basis, not these great lines with what they horrible smells and the animals almost panicking and getting a lot of adrenaline as they understand something. Well, they don't understand, but there's just fear and adrenaline flow which you can avoid um, by working efficiently. It's a skill, and it doesn't really lend itself to industrialization, I don't think. I think this is where care needs to be taken. But we must eat our herds and our flocks, and the result on my health so far, with ups and downs, because I think it's a detox, but the results so far have been really great. I'm just feeling energy flowing through me and vitality, and I'm just developing plans all the time, stuff that I'm going to do. It's not a smooth rise, but and there's been a few setbacks, but I'm experimenting with eating different things. I haven't eaten now. I didn't eat yesterday, and I've only eaten a small amount of ground beef today because I just don't feel very hungry. It's an odd sensation, really. When I'm hungry, I'll definitely, I've got plenty of steak and stuff. Anyway, from a sunny day, a sunny evening in Albion, shall I go out or shall I not? Who can say? In the hands of God. God bless.